this is, and I kind of going back to Josh, what you said earlier about wanting to be this like famous musician and a songwriter. And two, I'm sure you had aspirations, you know, I don't know if it's to be a celebrity, but you have these things where you talked about image management. Because this is so private and so personal, breaking out of that mold is really difficult. So what is it that caused you guys to get that courage to be like, no, we need to share our story and people need to know what we're going through? What was that experience like for you guys?
I think Josh just kind of like, I think he had an opportunity to speak at young adults or high school group or something like that. Just being in the church, there's a lot of opportunity for that. Just, and so he just was like, he just got the courage to do it. And I was like, you go for it. And I'm behind you. Yeah. And
we talked about it beforehand, though. I wanted to make sure she was okay with me sharing.
Always a good idea. I've said many times,
quick caveat.
Don't share anything on stage that will be a surprise to your spouse.
Totally.
But if your spouse is with you, like you said, I was with him, like that's awesome.
Totally.
Yeah. And I knew that was a big deal for him to even consider that, because talk about stepping into the light, you know, as some you guys know, somebody in the church, a prominent person in the church, to be willing to not be able to manage your image anymore. Totally. You know, it's all out there. But I thought that was an awesome part of the healing. It was kind of like I don't know, I want to say closure, but it's never like done.
I
but
think
you know,
that's
it felt
almost a good word. Because it's the very thing, it's the last thing I wanted. So, and that was the thing I needed to do to begin my journey in healing, was to let go of my reputation. And, you know, I could have family members that listen to this podcast, or, you know what I mean? Or my bosses, or whoever. And to just, that was the thing I had to decide back when I was deciding whether I was going to go to that first group, is, am I going to be willing to let this be out in the open?
Yeah.
And that answer, yes, just kind of for me, and I don't think this is for everybody, but for me, it had to carry through to my whole life. And I love it because I don't like doing this. I don't like, you know, I mean, this is fun now. It's fun to be with you guys, but you know, it's a little bit scary. And
a lot of it scary.
And when it's over, it's this it's reintegrating, and it's allowing the Lord to work for the good what was evil in my life, and getting to do that with other young people. I love having this conversation with young guys and getting young guys into group. And I love that, because if I can get these guys in a decade before I got in, imagine where they're going to go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 75% of my current group I got from Josh Putnam, by the way.
So, Shauna, you mentioned you were with him, but did you have to navigate that for yourself at all? Of like, if his story's out there, it means our story's out there. Right. It means I'm the wife in this story, and people can, take things different ways or make their own judgments. Did you have to navigate any of that personally, of people knowing and being in a church where people knew your story?
I mean, not really. I mean, yeah, obviously I thought about it, but I just trust him. Like, his character is so strong that, I don't know, like, people could think what they want and make the judgments that they want, but
what a babe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard question, because I do care what people think, but for some reason it just felt like easy to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's a statement of where you guys were at in terms of your marriage and seeing healing and recovery. There comes a moment of like, our reputation is worth way less than the ability this has to make an impact for other people. Because you realize in the story, you're not alone. You're not the only couple. You're not the only ones. And you do have that thought of like, man, if our story could help someone X number of years earlier than it did us, wouldn't that be worth it? And I think if you can see that perspective, then it is worth it. And that doesn't mean it's fun or easy, but there's a perspective that says this is good and it's healthy and it's right to do because of the impact it can have on others.